to everyone. Welcome to our OSHA forum with the title State's New Workplace Safety from Legislation to Risk Control. Okay, in this session we will be discussing about how workplace safety has evolved and why it is so important, and how proper risk management can prevent accidents and even save lives. Okay, I'm Anas, your moderator for today, and with me Muhammad Izzuddin and Muhammad Afi Afnan. So they will be sharing their insights and experience. So let's get started by understanding how occupational safety and health we develop over time. Okay, Afi, maybe you can walk us through the history and background of OSH.
Okay, thank you, Anas. My name is Muhammad Afi Afnan. The history of occupational safety actually goes way back to ancient times. For example, in 2000 BC, the Code of Hammurabi already had rules that protect workers from harm. Even the Roman Empire, there were early efforts to protect workers' health, but it was industrial tragedies that really pushed the safety movement forward. One major example is the Hawks Nest tragedy in the US, where workers died due to unsafe working conditions. Then we had Bhopal disaster in India, which showed the deadly impact of chemical accidents. This event taught us the safety can be taken lightly. In Malaysia, the Factory Machinery Act 1967 was introduced to regulate safety in factories, but it was limited. It only covered sector like manufacturing and construction. That's why in 1994 the Occupational Safety and Health Act, or OSHA 514 was introduced. This act is much broader. It applies to almost all workplaces in Malaysia and aims to ensure safety and health for everyone, workers, visitors, and even contractors.
Okay, thank you, Afi. It's interesting to see how major tragedies have actually shaped the laws we have today. Sometimes we need these unfortunate events to push us into action, and that brings us to how Malaysia respond. Okay, Zudin, could you explain how OSHA 1994 came into play and what makes it different from the older laws?
For me, that's right, Afi. But let me add more on OSHA 1994. This law has 67 sections and is very clear about the responsibilities of both employers or employees. So for employees, the law says that they must provide a safe workplace, offer proper safety training, and supplies personal protective equipment, or we call PPE. And the last is keep record of any injuries or illness. So about the employees also have responsibility. They must to take care of their own safety and their co-worker. Use a PPE given by the employers. Follow all instruction about safety and report unsafe situation. And if anyone fail to follow this law, the employees can be fined up to 50,000 ringgit and or even jail for 2 years. And employees can be fined 1,000 ringgit and jail for 3 months.
Thank you, Izzuddin. Okay, what I find important about OSHA is how it encourages share responsibility. It's not just the employers, job anymore, employees also have a duty to. And the penalties clearly show that safety is a serious matter. So, Afiq, maybe you can explain more on why preventing incidents is not only a legal requirement, but also a moral and business responsibility.
Okay, let me explain to you. There are three main reasons why we must prevent incident at work. First, there's the legal reasons. Under OSHA 1994, employees must take all reasonable steps to protect workers. Second, we have the moral reason. When someone gets hurt, it doesn't just affect them, their workers, their family suffers too. A good employer should never allow workers to face harm just to save time or money. And third, business reason. When an accident happens, productivity drops, there may be court case, insurance costs, and damaged reputation. All of these affect the company's profits. That's why it's better to invest in prevention than to deal with the consequence later.
Wow, very good point. Okay, sometimes we forget that behind every statistic is a human being, someone's family member. So prevention is just not about rules, it's about protecting ourselves. Now let's move into how we actually manage safety risks in the workplace.
Yes, and to prevent accident, companies must use risk assessment, risk management as four main steps. First is hazard identification, second risk assessment, third risk control, and the fourth is review of control measures. And a hazard is anything with the potential to cause harm. For example, slippery floor, exposed wire, loud machinery, and toxic chemical. After identify hazard, we assess the severity of harm and the likelihood of it. Then we classify the risk as high, medium, or low. For example, if a worker might lose a finger from an unguarded machine, that's a high severe risk, even if the likelihood is low.
Okay, thank you, Izzuddin. I think you have mentioned about the risk management, which is not a one-time thing. Okay, it's something we need to review and improve regularly, especially if anything change in the workplace. Okay, now let's talk more about the hazards. There are so many different types, some that we can see and some we can't. So maybe Afiq, you can explain more about this.
Hazard in the workplace come in many forms. Mechanical, like getting caught in moving machinery. Second, electrical, exposed wire or faulty equipment. Third, chemical, inhaling toxic fumes. Biological, virus or bacteria. Next, ergonomic, repetitive motion or back posture. And lastly, physical, stress, harassment or long working hours. And to reduce risk, we use the hierarchy of control. First, elimination, remove the hazard completely. Second, substitution, replace it with something safer. And third, engineering controls like installing guard-off barriers. And fourth, administrative controls like SOPs, warning signs and training. And lastly, PPE, safety shoes, goggles, helmets and others. PPE is the last option. We use we use it when the hazard cannot be eliminated or controlled by other means.
Okay, that was a great breakdown. It showed that PPE is important to us. Okay, it should be the last line of defense, not the first. And it's good to know there's a system to decide where controls to use. Okay, Zudin, you mentioned earlier that ignoring small incidents can lead to serious accident. So can you tell us more about the iceberg theory and the importance of near missing reporting?
About iceberg theory, right?
Yes.
So for me, let me add something important here. There's a concept called the iceberg theory. It says that for every serious accident we see, there are many hidden danger, like unsafe behavior or near miss. For example, if a worker slip but doesn't get hurt, that's near miss. But if we ignore it, next time someone might fall and break a bone. And that's why reporting near miss is just important reporting real accident. Prevention start before injuries happen.
Oh, so basically every near miss is like a warning. If we ignore, then serious fatal will be maybe can become to us.
Yes.
Okay. So now, aside from protecting people, we also have a duty to protect the environment. Okay, Afiq, now I want you, can you talk about how companies manage their environmental responsibilities?
Okay. Besides worker safety, we must also think about the environment. Workplace can cause air, water and soil pollution. For example, factories release smoke and gas into the air. Improper waste disposal contaminates rivers. And next, noise pollution affect surrounding communities. To manage this, companies follow the ISO 40,000 standard. This is a global guideline for environmental management systems. The benefit of ISO 40,000 include better legal compliance, cleaner and safer workplace, less waste and pollution, better public image, improve trust from community and customers.
Oh, so you have said about ISO 14000 will be give companies a good structure to follow. So we have covered a lot of ground today. So let me summarize the key takeaways before I ask the final thoughts from both of you. Okay, thank you Afiq and Izzuddin. Let me summarize what we have discussed. Firstly is about OSHA laws like OSHA 1994 were created to protect life. Second, risk management helps us identify and reduce hazards. Third, using the hierarchy of controls keep everyone safer. And lastly, about our environmental safety is just as important as worker safety. And so for our key recommendation that I get from both of you is about we need to always provide safety training to all workers, all people. And secondly, keep updating about the risk assessment. Thirdly is investigate all accident, even small one, because the small one can make the fatal one in the future. And promote a safety first culture. And lastly is we must to follow our ISO 1400 for environmental protection. Okay, Izzuddin, do you have any final thoughts, or Afiq?
I got the point. Yes, workplace safety isn't just the responsibility of the safety official. Everyone from the CEO to the cleaner plays a part of parts. One unsafe act can lead to the disaster. And
I see. For me, I agree because we must change the mindset that safety is a burden. In truth, safety save the life and improve productivity.
Okay, thank you for both of you, Izzuddin and Afiq. It's clear that occupational safety and health is not just about following the law. It's about recreating a culture of care, responsibility and awareness. Okay, we hope this forum encourage you to think more deeply about the importance of safety and health to be part of the solution wherever you work. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you for watching and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.